A recent 5-4 Supreme Court ruling has intensified the legal battle between Texas and the Biden administration over border security policies. At the center of the conflict is Texas's installation of concertina wire along parts of the Eagle Pass border to deter illegal crossings, and whether federal authorities have the right to cut or remove these barriers. The case, Department of Homeland Security v. State of Texas, has now returned to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals for further review. Texas initially sued the federal government, alleging violations of property rights and the Administrative Procedure Act, APA, when federal agents began cutting through the wire. A temporary restraining order was issued, preventing federal actions except in medical emergencies. However, a request for a more permanent injunction was denied, though the court recognized that the federal actions were often unnecessary. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. In response, Texas appealed to the Fifth Circuit and secured emergency relief to stop federal interference. The Biden administration then sought emergency intervention from the Supreme Court, which overturned the Fifth Circuit's decision, allowing federal agents to resume cutting the wire. Governor Greg Abbott criticized the Supreme Court's ruling, accusing the federal government of neglecting its duty to enforce immigration laws. Citing the constitutional right to self-defense under Article I, Section 10, Clause 3, Abbott pledged that Texas would continue efforts to protect its borders against what it views as an ongoing threat. The Fifth Circuit sent the case back to a lower court for 60 days to gather additional evidence. During this period, the Biden administration filed a motion to dismiss the case, arguing that Texas lacked legal grounds and that Texas opposed the motion, accusing the administration of attempting to end the case prematurely. When the Fifth Circuit resumed the case, oral arguments revealed judicial frustration with the Biden administration's tactic. Federal attorneys argued that the court should ignore new evidence gathered during the remand period, but asserted their right to use that evidence if they appealed to the Supreme Court. This apparent double standard drew sharp criticism from the judges, who questioned the fairness of the administration's position. The administration further argued that the Supreme Court's earlier decision effectively resolved the issue, a claim that aggravated the panel's concerns about federal overreach. Based on the tone of the oral arguments, the Fifth Circuit appears likely to side with Texas, potentially reversing the lower court's decision and granting an injunction to restrict federal interference. If this happens, the Biden administration is expected to appeal, bringing the case back. This case underscores broader tensions between state and federal control over border enforcement. Texas insists it has the right to defend against what it considers an invasion, while the federal government maintains that immigration and border security fall under its jurisdiction. The Fifth Circuit's decision will have far-reaching implications, potentially setting a significant legal precedent. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.